Hi, and welcome to a new episode of Luderia, where today we are providing power to our new city. So, I've done some terraforming, as you saw in the first clip of this video, the little intro, and I've basically just cleaned up the river a little bit and then flattened out some of the river bank, while still trying to keep some vertical movement, so we still have some hillage going on. But for now, we are going to focus on this area over here on the other side of the river, which is going to be more of an industrial district, I would call it, where we focus on factories that we need for any of the games that we're going to be building in here. To build factories, we do need power, so let's get this part over here kind of set up with a nice little power plant that should honestly probably suffice for the remainder of this entire city build. So I have a bit of an idea of what I want to do, or how I want this to look like. And a lot of what we need to do is just get a floor in, and then we can start on digging a hole, because we are going for infinite lava on this one. We have our floor. It's going to stick out here a little bit because I want access to the water. But right now, the only thing I want to do, or I need to do, is use all of these drills to get down to a minus 36, and that should give us a bottomless supply. We'll do that and see if this works. And there we go. Drill acquired. And now we just need to let it go down. That's 4. We gotta go 40 blocks more. Most of all, I do want to make sure that we're not flooding any caves, or we gotta get rid of all the water, so might as well do it now. Minus 40, that should be enough. That should be enough to make this an infinite amount of lava. Alright, now we need to figure out how we're going to get lava over here. The easiest way would be the Nether. Let's go and make a contraption that's going to allow us to pump the lava out of the Nether. Let's go over here and let's make ourselves a little setup. And then we want to be able to switch around either the speed or... No, we want to be able to both switch speed and direction. So speed control would be the easiest way to do that. So we'll do cog here. Then you go here, and then I can do 2 small cogs right here. The pump doesn't really matter for direction. And then we can use this to change direction on the pump to lower its thingy. Now we do need a way to power this, which we can do using... Let's get ourselves a gearbox. And then a wind thingy. And then we'll glue all of this together. Now we don't want to glue this to the contraption, we just want to glue this to the windmill bearing. There we go. And then we glue this to here. This can be glued over here, and then we... There we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can pump some lava in the Nether. There we go, bottomless supply. Yeah, we'll be here for a while. We'll be here for a while. So I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna go and grab something to drink, and then we'll be right back. We have a contraption full of lava. Let's see how far that's going to fill up our pit. I think I'm going to have to do like 2 or 3 trips, but that's a lot better than setting up a whole like system and then waiting for the whole to to fill up. We can just do it this way. Okay, let's try and get this to actually work. And then if I power this guy, we should... There we go. And now we wait. We have an infinite lava pool, which is nice. And now we need to build out an actual power station. And I'm gonna try and recover most of the materials from this mess, because I don't think we'll need a large fluid transporting device anytime soon. So might as well use it. Let me get all the tanks in first. We're gonna have 3 boilers, so we need 3 lava tanks and then 3 water tanks as well. And then we'll come back to do the actual setup. So give me a second and I'll be right back. I'd say we start with the lava, I guess. I think that's gonna be the most normal thing. Do I have everything? I don't have steam engines, so I'll go and grab those first. Okay, let's start from this side, and we're gonna get some pumps going. I'll get the entire thing started, or at least I'll lay out the entire line, and then we'll see how far we go from. I think this is the center. Let's do that. Now I need to get it all the way down, which is gonna take a while. There we go. All the way at the bottom. Those will be siphoning in here, and then I need to get underneath here to get some blaze burners in place. We'll put some of these guys in here. We do this. This is pump. That should do well on that front. We'll connect all of this up. Over here, we'll kind of do the same. Cog, 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 and cog. So that should both fuel the tanks from this guy and then pump it towards the blaze burners underground. So we've noticed on our little island that the water consumption on these large boilers is pretty big. So to keep up with that demand, we're gonna do 6 pumps on each. Wait, do I not have more pumps? We're gonna do 6 pumps on each tank. And 1 cog there, 1 cog there. Although 3 might not be enough. For the same problem that we have 6 on the other one, we might need a couple more. And then we can put a cog in between here and here. And I think that lines up. Right there. So technically, all of this should now work, except for the fact that we don't have our engines on here yet. And then just to make it a little cleaner, I'm going to connect them up using the ground. There we go. So that should do the trick. Now we do want to power this somehow. We want this to run into this system, so why not continue on, have a little bit of a, this guy go in here. Can I can. So we can set that rotation if we wanted to. We'll probably, this will probably not be enough water wheels though. Yeah. That's what I figured. This is gonna go real slow, but we got max size boilers, which is nice. Just want to get these guys moving, so we're waiting for some of the burners to get activated. Okay, the moment all of the burners are going, which is not the case just yet. But the moment that's happening, I'm gonna take off the burners, right? And then ramp up the speed so that we can get some water flow. Kind of kickstart the entire thing, you know? We might try it now. So if I do you, and then also disconnect you. Okay, it's a little faster, but not enough. Oh, never mind. Wait. There we go. Full water. Now we just need to connect up these guys. And this guy. And then the only real upgrade we can do is blaze cakes. Now I should be able to just take off this guy. And how much stress are we producing right now? I mean, yeah. That should do well, I think. It's self-sufficient, so that's nice. Now we probably do want to power load this somehow. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna think about a building. I'm gonna go and grab a power loader. I'm also gonna grab some blocks and some stuff so we can get a building together. So I have all my materials in here. And as you might see, we have some cool new blocks. We have some decorative blocks, of course. But we also have a bank terminal. And that is because I updated the mod pack. I am gonna try and get this online so you guys can download it, because at this point it's not similar to Mr. Beardstone's anymore, so this has become its own thing. And most of the numismatic and all the other mods are additions that just, you know, add a little more flair, but also allow me to, if I want to, bring other players on here and get some more interaction and more livelihood into our cities. So I hope you enjoy it. I am going to paste in the building that I planned out, because I need to figure out how to make custom recipes for coins, for the numismatics coins, because those don't actually have recipes in the base mod, but we have Cube.js installed. So I'm gonna go and learn to do some Java coding, I guess, figure out how easy that's gonna be, and you guys can watch this building take form. And here we are. Beautiful building. Some clutter outside, of course, because it is an industrial complex. We've got a bit of a like a fenced off for area or pre-area income thingy. Upstairs, there's nothing just yet. And then a ticket machine so that people can clock in to their workplace. And then we are... That seems... Ah, I see. I'll get that fixed up. We have this guy. We might as well put a chair down now that we're here. Boom, little chair for our control unit so that we can work, right? We have our computer set up and stuff. We got a bit of a workshop over here. Some stuff that needs repairing, or at least needs fixing, or like, you know, replacement parts. I did set up these guys as like transforming terminals. I took the design that Mr. Beardstone had in the Just Create server, and I just kind of, you know, made it my own and added some blocks in there that we didn't have on the server. So I'm gonna go and grab well, some stuff that I need, a couple more shafts and in case chain drive. And I have figured out Cube.js. If we look up numismatics, we have the entire mod installed. And now I have recipes installed for the coins themselves, which I'm going to be using as a form of currency. So we do need a coin mint. And since every coin uses its base material, right, we need a factory that produces every metal in the area. So that's what we're doing over here. I'm going to go and grab all the materials I need to get production going. And I'll see you all back here. There is loads of materials in here. Most of them are create-based or just production-based. So today we're going to start off with... I feel like it'll be more logical to get storage in first because, you know, we need something to store everything in that we're going to be making. Since we're making metals, I think it'll make sense to have compacting drawers and then some normal ones on top, just because we'll be producing byproducts for all of these, so that way we have some storage for those. And then we need to start producing the base material for all of these components, and that's cobblestone. I'm going to build out a little platform, and that is going to house our... I want to have the cobblestone at the top though. So maybe we start building from the bottom up, okay, why do I want the cobblestone at top? I want to have the washer that's going to wash our gold and iron nuggets down here so I can see it happen. But that would mean we would have to have gravel on top of that or somewhere close to that. And then cobblestone on top of that. You know what? Let me figure this out and I'll get back to you once I know what I'm doing. Okay, I figured out what and how we're doing this. I do still need to do a little bit of an addition, but I'll talk you through it while we get it in place. So, cobblestone farm. It's a double cobblestone farm, and then I split it in half because this is gonna all get turned into gravel, and then we can turn that gravel into sand. So we're basically splitting it up in two lanes. The first lane is gonna go straight into the barrel, or straight into the vault, I should say, and get dropped to get washed. So that's going to give us iron nuggets. And then the second lane is going to go straight through here, get turned into sand. And then over here, we need to add some soul campfires with some fans on top of it. And that is going to get powered like so. We can bring this up right here. The sand is going to get directly turned into soul sand, which we will have to filter out here. So, yeah, we're already filtering out the clay and the... What else are we getting from this? Clay and flint, we're filtering out already. But that then drops the soul sand into the same vault as the gravel. And we get both gold, quartz, and iron production in this one unit. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna turn on the power yet, because, you know, I want to get all the machines in first before we start producing stuff. Although it might be interesting to see what happens. Okay, let's let me do that. I don't have chain on me though. I'm gonna go and grab some chain, because I can take power from there and I'll probably be able to reach over here. We're gonna do a little test. We are putting in the lava, so that should now run down. That's fine. Let's take a little nap before we turn this on. I probably should allow for one of these to go in between, right? So let's start with this. Boom. Chain. Yeah, that's what I expected. I'm gonna change that direction real quick. So now everything should go the correct direction. Right now we're pretty slow, but we're gonna add a speed controller in the end to run at least 128 RPM. This will be pretty slow for now, but overall... Oh, there we go, gold. Overall, it's gonna be pretty nice to have. And now we just build out from here. We're gonna use this fault to do all of this side. Over here, we're gonna make diorite. We're already making quartz, and we have the cobblestone. So why not, right? This is the same setup we have at the starter base, so we'll set these to 200. So that is gonna lead into a mixer over here. Input, output. Output is gonna be exactly 2, because we're trying to make granite, right? Granite is what? Oh, even more quartz. Beautiful. So now I need to think, right? We're making diorite. We're making quartz. We'll turn that into granite over here. And that is gonna go back onto a belt here. On that belt, we'll grab another set of crushing wheels, because we'll take the granite, turn it into red sand, go back, wash the red sand, and get another load of gold, because this is a very slow way to get gold. So that should loop together pretty well. Let me set all the filters up and the timings and stuff, and then I'll get back to you once I'm done. We are functional. So we're filling this guy with both quartz and cobblestone, turning it into diorite. Diorite with quartz turns into granite, and that turns the gravel into red sand, which is in its way getting washed into gold and dead bushes, but gold. For the next blocks, well, we could do the tough one for zinc immediately, that'd be fine. But for copper, copper is actually fairly easy to get. The only reason why it's might be a little harder is because it's crushed dripstone. And that on its own, not great, because dripstone is a very hard block to get, because you can only get it by either crafting pointed dripstone, and pointed dripstone farms are very slow, or we can trade for it. And that's what I want to do. We have trading hall installed, and I assume there's going to be a village nearby somehow. So we're going to set up a little bit of a breeding station, and I think I'm gonna this is my entire row of villagers that I need 9 of them. And oh, we have a village over here, right? I hope there's still some villagers in here. Let's see, is there life in the village? Let's just collect every villager that we can find. First of all, we need a turn to get emeralds. We need a way to get emeralds, so I'm gonna use a couple of these. I do need to break that guy's workstation so he forgets his job. Danilo, you're gonna come with me. Boom. We're gonna sit on there, and you are gonna be trading clay for emeralds. I probably should start breeding some more, right? I'm just gonna leave these breed a bit more, and yeah, I guess we wait now. I'm gonna go and grab a drink, and I'll be right back. The last one always takes the longest. So these guys do not trade for dripstone. I have 2 already set up. So we have 6 villagers that are gonna trade us for emeralds. We're gonna trade flint for emeralds, and we're gonna trade clay for emeralds. And then these guys both trade dripstone. 17 minutes. You know what? While we wait for that 17 minutes to get by, we are gonna be building this part of the farm. And basin. Need a couple of basins, need a couple of mixers, need some vaults, some you. I also really need to clear my inventory. We're going to be making tough. Tough is not that hard as well, as long as you've got all the materials for it. And so we do. Input, input. Boom. Maybe we should not have you connected just yet. And then I need to connect up a lava tank in here somewhere. So that'll do. How are we connecting this up to power? Though, I mean, we could continue this. You know what? We probably should just get all of the mixers in first and all the actual moving components, and then think about power routing. So andesite goes here, tough goes there. Filters are good. Now, cobblestone we have. That's good. I think that's about it, right? And then over here we can do what we need to do for zinc production, which is crush the tough. Right there. So that should be mixing everything. We just need lava. For... Oh, those are not going in the right direction. There we go. That's better. Yeah, we'll take a look and see if I can get lava from over there, because we do have the infinite lava pool back in here. So if I set up 2 tanks here, we bring power over here somehow, I don't know how, and then connect it up over there, we could have like a 3 tank backup for lava, which we can then use for, well, anything else, really. So let me do that real quick. It'll look pretty silly for now, but we'll hide it in the end. And hopefully this works. So lava's coming in. Again, looks a bit silly, but we'll hide it in the end. Lava is coming in. We are getting lava over here, so I think it's time to go like that. And like that, and see if this functions. So let's give this guy a little jump start, just to see if things function okay. There we go. Tough gets crushed, and there we go. Zinc. Probably want to have zinc in this one though. Okay, we've got a couple more. There should be one of these that isn't... That is about to... 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes means it's time to reorganize a little bit. We can already do the copper setup. It's fairly easy. It's basically whatever we done for crushing. There we go, and then we connect this up. Hey, Irma, how you doing? I know you're unemployed. Want to get a job? Hey, dripstone. So, for this to work, we need these as a connection, as an input. Then we'll need a bunch of you, and then our trading depots. So we'll set these up in here. We don't really need to filter on these at all, because we're going to filter on the depot. These are going to trade for dripstone, and then this guy is going to. These guys are going to trade. Nope, for that. These trade for 10 each, so we're going to set this guy to 10 exactly. Right. These guys trade for 26, so we're going to set this to 26 exactly. And this guy can just be anything, because we want to keep that going. Then we'll take you, so we'll take from there, deposit on these. Then take from here, deposit on these and take from here and deposit on these. Powering this should be as easy as... Do I have everything? I think I do. As doing that, get rid of our scaffolding dirt. Boom. So they're all power now. We're gonna do that. Now we should see... There we go. Now this is, again, fairly slow, but that is gonna ramp up in speed. But we are now producing copper as well, which is all the base materials. The alloys we can do later. And then we'll leave these open for if anything starts to spill over, but that should be okay. Right. Now let's think about turning these into coins. The thing about the coins is I've tried to give the same recipe for each coin. So we have a sheet of the base material. So if we do a cog, which is a spur, which is copper, we have a copper sheet, a copper nugget that's being deployed onto the sheet, and then some lava and a press, and that should give us the coin. The same thing is for a zinc nugget. The problem is with the bevel, we don't have zinc sheets. No, we do. Do we have zinc sheets? I think, yes, we do. So I'm gonna change that recipe. We're gonna change that recipe. I'm gonna make that zinc sheets. I'm gonna put that in a second building. Yeah, we're gonna put that over here. We're gonna get a second frame in place. The setup is fairly easy, as I showed you. So I'm just gonna get through this fairly quickly, and then also change the recipe and see you when I'm done. This is all set up. The only thing I need to do is connect up the entire thing. It's not the fastest, but then again, I'm not going to be using most of this a lot, right? So it doesn't have to be fast. We still need to power the entire thing. Like we need to speed up the entire thing. So before I connect it up, no, we should connect it up first. So boom. This should now... So, we should be seeing... Okay, we have byproduct, which is not what we want. So that's not good. I'm not seeing... Oh wait, that... Okay, saw some over there. I think it's because the lava can't keep up. So, that means we need to speed up the entire thing. So we're gonna disconnect it for now, and then we need to set up a power system. I kind of want to do that on top of one of the roofs of these buildings, so I need to figure out how tall I want to go and where I want to put it. So I put it on the same height as that one, and the only thing I need to do is connect it up, but I want to put a which I'm gonna do, but I just want to check height first. I mean, that seems it's higher than that, which is good. Technically, you could use this one as like a terminal. So we go from there to there, and then we can kind of spiderweb out of that one as well. So let's connect it up and could disconnect that one and see if we can speed things up. That should do it. I put it down here so I can control it easily, but right now we are going to cut this one, then connect this guy up to here, see if everything is going in the right direction. Those are going in the right direction. Those are all going in the right direction. That's good. Are these going? Yes. That seems like everything's going well, so we can just crank up the speed on this and see what happens. I don't know if things are going to speed up a lot though. Yeah, see, this is good. We're fully populating the washer as well. we can connect this again and see if this speeds up production a lot. We're not backing up on lava for sure. I like it. Now we just need to get a building around this. And there we go. A building that is very much done. Well, as far as I can get it today. But we have everything on the inside. Everything is still functioning. We're still producing. Everything is a bit low except for the gold because we're not using it for now. I even thought about safety. Or at least we have a little bit of an admissions corner here. The security guard can open up its window and then leave in anyone who wants to come in by lowering the bollards. Just gonna let it back it up in the hope that we're not wasting any materials. So just gonna let that back up. I'll keep these safe somewhere else, and then we are very much producing everything we need for this building. That being said, I'm gonna have to end the episode here because one, I'm running out of time. I need to get out of my house to celebrate. I hope you guys have had good holidays or whatever you're celebrating, and I'll see you all next year, aka tomorrow. Bye.